back to it, how do, and we're still trying to get this body off the Scimitar. So, plan at the moment, continue stripping down the bits in the engine bay, get that little roll hoop connector off on the chassis, then we'll start lifting the bonnet. So at the moment, I'm looking at just freeing off a bit of area around here, disconnect the steering linkage, and then I'm away. So let's crack on. Right, so I think that's the engine bay pretty much done. We've got the master cylinders and reservoirs out, pedal box out. The strut tops are undone on both sides, a bit tight to see there, it's got the wiring in the way. Wiring's all been snipped or disconnected or whatever to suit. Coolant lines are out. The front tinware with the radiator and stuff is out. The front bumper has been disconnected off that tinware and that was all removed. Bonnet's off, doors are off, boot's off. All the internal chassis to body bolts are out, disconnected. I've just got to get that handbrake and gear lever disconnected, which has been a bit of a pain. I think I need to get underneath the car to do that. But we're nearly there. Just going to try and work on these roll bar bolts, which I believe are around here somewhere, and I reckon they'll need chopping. So we'll have a look at that, then we'll try and get the handbrake out. Bit of PPE, grinders scare the crap out of me. I hate being that guy, but I just can't get to it. That's one side off. What a pain. Rotten as hell. Let's give you guys an eyeball. Stand Stand by while I get the old torch out. It's all pretty rotten in there. Sorry about the train going by. But there we go for a bit. Let's quickly sort out the other side. So I'll knock out the other side and get back to you in a minute. And now for the big body lift with glamorous assistant and rain, so you're in the garage. How do? Here's a quick update on the chassis progress for the Widebody Capri project. Now, it looks terrible. The Scimitar body is off and looking very tired, but we weren't really hoping to save anything from this. There might be the odd bit, but we'll see how we get on. And here's the chassis. Now, bearing in mind, this car, when I bought it, was meant to be a running and driving car that could legally go back on the road in the UK. The kid I got it from had a couple of issues with the brakes and said the clutch was heavy. So I was just going to give it a quick refresh, lighten up the clutch, bleed it down, see what the score was, freshen up the brakes, then I could have used it. But it's a sorry state. So there's some corrosion there. These outriggers look to have been repaired in at points and then not repaired at other points. The other outriggers are the same. They just turned to dust when I went on them. There's these diagonals here, they're pretty rotten. The rear area where the bumper goes looks like it's been impacted a couple of times maybe. This area here looks pretty rotten and twisted and gnarled up. God knows what's happened there. And then in this section here that holds the fuel tank area, some nice big chunky holes there. It's generally in a very sorry state, but a lot of these are said to be common areas on the Scimitar chassis. What worries me the most though, everyone says this main backbone tends to be very solid, but this one, paper thin. So plenty of work needed. I'm not sure how much life is left in this chassis, but there's a quick update on the status. Getting the body off was a real pain in the backside. It kept getting caught up, then I realised that the handbrake cable was attached to the body further back than I'd already detached it. There were a couple of wires sticking, but generally absolute nightmare because I'd left things snagging. When they were released it wasn't too bad, but it just all looks a bit sorry for itself now. Anyway, that's the chassis update. I think I might move on to working on something else for a bit. I'll keep you posted. Cheers.